Thank you for joining us today for our Levels Training Orientation. We are glad you are tuning in. My name is Jennifer Pearson. I'm the General Manager here at ABC Pet Resort. Our orientation and training program is a little bit different than what you may be used to. We chose to hold our orientation online so we could provide that same flexibility you are going to find in our group classes. During this orientation, you'll meet the trainers, get a resort tour, learn about our 3 keys to success, walk through a brief introduction to our learning theory, and even get your first homework assignment. Our goal is to make sure that you are ready for your first session without ever having to come into the lobby. This year, we celebrated our 29th anniversary at ABC Pet Resort. We are a full-service resort offering lodging, grooming, daycare, and training for your pets. As a team, we are always striving to learn and provide the best possible care for our clients and pet guests. Suzanne and Al Locker, the owners of ABC, have been industry trailblazers since day one. They have served the industry as speakers, consultants, board members, and even held the office of president of the American Boarding and Kennels Association. Their passion for education and servant leadership continues strong at ABC. We continue to speak annually at the national conference. We host consulting camps for other industry leaders, and we are published authors in the top industry magazines. Most importantly, we pride ourselves in pushing our team to take on that next challenge or certification. ABC is an 11,000 square foot facility on 3 wooded acres in North Houston. We have tons of different options for rooms for our lodging pets with endless outdoor training and play space. Depending on weather and your dog's level, you may be out in the open 2 acres or enjoying the air conditioning in our 1,000 square foot training center. While I hope you enjoy this quick facility tour, if you'd like to stop by for a personalized tour, do not hesitate. I am excited to meet each of you and your dogs. I am confident that you will not only enjoy our trainers, but the benefits that you will gain from our unlimited monthly training program will be endless. Yes, I said unlimited. Before we dive into what our Levels group class is all about, I wanted to let you know that we do offer a few other options. If group classes just aren't right for you and your pet, we offer individual training either with you and your pet or as a drop-off service. This is a great fit for those with super tight schedules or key behavioral issues we may want to clear up before taking on group classes. We also have a super fun puppy program that runs Monday through Friday. This program helps socialize your new family member, introduces them to basic obedience, helps reinforce potty training, and helps them get out of the house while you are at work. This is such a great program to help build confidence, and it naturally leads to our normal daycare groups and training classes. We also offer Lodge and Learn programs so your dog can stay on track while you head out on a much-needed vacation. Training with flexibility. Now that's exactly what our Levels training program provides. As I mentioned earlier, this is an unlimited program. So there are 4 class types or levels, as we call them. Each are scheduled multiple times per week. So regardless of whether you've had training before or if you're brand new, everyone starts at level 1, and that's scheduled at least 3 times a week. That way you can pick one day or you can come all 3 days. And then if you miss a week, it's really not a problem. You can just double up the next week if you'd like. So how quickly you move on as a team with your dog is really going to depend on your individual situation. We're not here to set time limits. So, gone are those days of a 6-week course. Most will come to level 2 within 3 to 5 classes, and once you level up, you're still welcome to come to any of the lower level classes. Our initial goal is to have happy, relaxed dogs, and then we work on obedience. Some of you might have dogs that are a little more nervous. Those are what we call cautious canines. These dogs might be in level 1 a little bit longer, because just the few first times they come, they might just be playing games and, just getting them comfortable. We never want to rush training. Timelines work well for humans, just not for pets. All right, now we're going to talk about the 3 keys to success in terms of working with your dogs so that you can have the best success in group class. The first one is actually the most important, and that is relationship. The 3 we are going to talk about are relationship, management, and training. We obviously have dogs because we just love to be around them. And sometimes some of us like to spend more time with dogs than people. We are going to spend lots of time in class building relationships, which is really what training is all about. We really want to work with our dogs, helping to get a really good relationship with them. We want them to love us as much as we love them. And for that reason, we're not going to work against them as much as we're going to work with them to try and get some things done. There is more to it than just love. The second key to success is management. Anytime you come to us with a problem, we are going to look at management options. We want to help you not only resolve the issue quickly, but make sure the solution is sustainable. The things that we're going to suggest will not totally be foreign. We all use a certain amount of management with our pets already. When you get a new puppy, you might use baby gates or closed doors. Now that's management. Are you clearing counters and making sure that your kids pick up all of the things off of the floor? That's management. We walk our dogs using a leash with a collar or maybe a harness. All of this is management. We will give you tools and tips to help you better manage your pet. But I'm sure you're thinking, well, that's not why I'm looking for help with my dog. So that's what brings us to key 3, training. Obviously, that's why you are here. You come to class for training, and that's the number one thing that people think they will be working on. However, if you have a really good relationship and you are doing some really good management, training is going to be really easy and relatively fun. And that's what we want. We want this to be easy, fun, and that's for both of you, you and your pet. If you don't have a good relationship with your dog, if you're battling each other, a battle of wills, that really makes training hard and it's not so much fun. Also, if you're not managing, you can do all of the training in the world, but if you come here and do an hour of training class and then the rest of your dog's life, they have no management, they have free will to do whatever they want, and there's no control over them, that's what's going to make training hard as well. And that's why we talk about these 3 keys to success: a good relationship, management, and training. A frequently asked question is, how do we move up or level up? Since our end goal is to certify as an AKC Canine Good Citizen, our levels are designed to help you on your path to this certification. Some may come to their first class and already be ready to level up, but you may be surprised at just how hard it can be to master the sit in all 6 positions. Most of us teach our dogs to sit right away, but take a look at where they sit. Generally, it's right in front of you, ready and waiting to get a treat. And this is great, but we need to work on sit on each side of us and other places when we ask. This helps set us up for loose leash walking and down and even, yes, stay. As you see, each level has its own requirements to move up. The magic is that it helps you build a well-rounded partner. So how do we approach training here at ABC? It is all about positive reinforcement. To get a little more technical, we will practice classical and operant conditioning to gain a positive result or behavior that we would like the dogs to exhibit. This sounds fancy, but really we want to just keep things simple for you and your pet. We want each pet to feel safe, comfortable, and happy in the training room. This is classical conditioning. Second, we want each pet to learn that behaviors we like are followed by things that they like. For example, a treat, praising sounds or words, or physical contact like petting. This is why, until your pet is relaxed in the training environment, we will not ask much from them. First, we want to think that this is a fun place to go, where fun things happen. If we try and ask for specific behaviors while they are nervous, it becomes a not so fun place to go. When it's not fun, they're just thinking about leaving, not trying to learn and receive rewards. Some dogs warm up in minutes. Some might take a session or two before we move on to ask for specific behaviors. We just will ask them to relax. So what should you bring to class? Treats, treats, and more treats. We want you to bring lots and lots of treats. Bring more treats than you think you could possibly use. I would say like 500. You want small treats, no larger than about the size of a pea. You can easily make a cheese stick into about 25 individual treats, and this is going to help reinforce your pet's positive behaviors. You might go home with some, but that's way better than running out in the middle of class. We ideally want them to be soft, so not a treat that they have to crunch. If you give them something crunchy like a milk bone, they're going to bite into it, and then parts are going to fall on the floor. Then they spend the next couple of minutes cleaning up the crumbs. So we want them to have stuff that's not going to spill onto the floor. It just keeps training a little bit faster. Also, the smellier they are, the better they are to your dog. Things like liver, pepperoni treats, or cheese, stuff like that. If you, for some reason, forget to pack the treats, don't worry about it. We do have quite a few available for purchase up front. We want you to bring what you will use to walk your dog, as long as it's not a flexi lead or a bungee lead. Now, we recommend a 5 or 6 foot leash and then a collar or harness that you plan to use in the future to walk your dog. We strive to use positive tools such as flat martingales or collars, easy walk or regular harnesses, gentle leads, and halty lead harnesses. But most importantly, we need you to bring a hungry dog. If you normally feed your dog at 5 p.m. and class is at 7, we recommend that you hold off on dinner until you're done and home from class. Or, if you want, you can bring dinner and feed it to him as a part of class's reward. But do the same thing if it's in the morning. Now, if you have a really tiny breed, like a toy breed, you would still feed those little dogs a little bit because they do need to eat more often than the larger breeds do. We want your dog to come to class hungry. It's going to help you. Please try to not feed your dog and then just pop into class 20 minutes later. They most likely will not be as motivated. Remember, this all goes to setting your dog up for as much success as possible. When you are here, we ask that you do not approach or pet other dogs in cars or walk up to other students with your dog, even if they are possibly in class with you. Some dogs are super friendly, and some would prefer distance so that they can remain comfortable and relaxed. We will review leash management when you get here, but we're going to ask for now that you not let your dog say hi to another dog. And that means you need to hold the leash about midway between the dog and the end of the leash. So if you have the dog at the end of the leash and you have a 6 foot leash, that's great. Your dog can go 6 feet away from you. But if Jane comes into class and she also has the end of a leash, then you and Jane will now have to be 12 feet apart. So that's a really big distance. We really want the dogs to focus on you, partly because we want to build that relationship between you and the dog, but also partly because if they are just facing away from you and looking and scanning through the room, what will happen is the dogs will start to make eye contact, and that often leads to barking. The more we get your dog looking at you, the better. Homework. Yes, I said homework. And you haven't even had class yet. We just can't wait to help you get things going with your dog. This homework is called the name game. I will tell you that this game is a requirement to move up to the 2nd level, and this is the one thing everyone needs to work on. The other requirement is sit, and many dogs work on this at home, so usually the name game is where we're spending the most time in level 1. First of all, what is the name game? We are looking for when you say your dog's name one time, your dog turns its head and looks at you. They don't necessarily have to come to you. They don't necessarily have to do anything other than just turn and look at you. In order to teach this, the first thing you're going to do is say your dog's name in a happy voice. When your dog turns to look at you, you're going to quickly reward it with a treat. You want to make this fun and happy. I would initially set this up where the dog is staring at you already. Let's say you're fixing your dog's dinner. Your dog is probably already looking at you. You're going to look at your dog, and let's say your dog's name is Fido. You're going to go, Fido! Well, Fido is already doing the name game, so you're going to go ahead and give your dog a treat. Maybe do this 1 or 2 more times. Then, again, when it's relatively easy, maybe your dog is just in the room with you. You're reading a book and your dog is nearby, not really distracted with anything. Same thing. You're going to say your dog's name, Fido. Hopefully your dog will just turn its head and look. And then you're just going to give them a treat. Practice this over and over as much as possible. So what happens if your dog doesn't look? If you're practicing this at home and you say, Fido, and Fido does not look, you're just going to go on and take your treat and get up and walk away. They get one chance and they just missed it. And then you're going to go back and practice again later. Hopefully that won't happen again. Thank you for joining us for this orientation. We've given you a little info to get you started, and you're welcome to come back to this anytime if you need a refresher. You can reach out to us with any questions at info@abcpetresort.com or give us a call, 281-444-9414. We are really looking forward to getting to know you and your dogs.